hello. If you're coming in, I'm Lara Jo, SirenLara. We're going to do some collective energy reads. Drop a hello. Tell me where you're coming from. Let me know how it goes. It's kind of wild out there. It's like an understatement, it feels like. The energy is... Hello. Come on in. I'm Lara Jo. If you're wanting answers, drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. Let's tap into Monday. Monday is Mother, right? It's our relationship with our internal world and our maternal figures. So let's tap in and see what we need to know. It's kind of the hidden aspects of ourselves. We also have a full moon coming up in Libra on Wednesday. Very powerful full moon. It's a pink full moon. Hello, hello. Venus in the house. If you're coming in, you want some answers, drop a number 1 through 5. If you just want to chat about spiritual things, drop comments in the section. We'll talk about it. All right. Hello, hello. Good morning, Victor. How are you? What time is it? What time is it for you? Drop a number. All right. For deck 2. All right, baby. I got you. Hold on one moment. Let me. Deck 2. What is something you are missing from your energetic field? Okay. So it's 10:52 a.m. on this side. So hopefully you get some dinner in you. What is something you are missing from your energetic field? Observer. So it's time to sit back and watch, right? This is that very much, and this is something I've had to work with myself and with some of my hothead children. And Drea, drop a number 1 through 5. We're doing it. I'm not answering questions like that. We're answering what questions are attached to the deck, the cards too. So Victor, what you're missing is taking a step back and watching, right? Making sure that you're seeing all of the pieces. It's really easy when we're in the fire. Think of like if you're cooking in the kitchen, it's hot, it's really easy to miss little details, but observing is stepping back and saying like, okay, I can take a minute to watch this. Hello, hello. If you guys are coming in, drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. I'm Lara Jo. Please like, comment, share. Consider booking with me. I do Reiki, sound therapy, inner child healing, a little bit of everything all rolled into one. Victor, how did that resonate for you this morning, little love? So just drop the number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay? Victor and Anne have shown us the way on how to do that. They've been in before, so they kind of know the drill. You're welcome, baby. And so yeah, just taking a step back and looking at everything before jumping in right now. Because there's something like you're going to see something, but you need to be able to actually like coherence. Okay, so Anne, what is something you need to know even if it's going to hurt your feelings? And we have the puppy tarot, it's the dog tarot for this deck, for deck 3. What is something you need to know even if it's going to hurt your feelings? Knight of Swords and Page of Wands. So this is using that investigative energy. Knight of Swords is kind of like the investigator and cut things off swiftly, right? It's logic. And Page of Wands, this is someone who's very immature, fiery, passionate. This could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But T, drop a number 1 through 5. That's how we do free readings. Because that's how people come in. Like the ones that know, they come in, they know the etiquette, they know how I operate, right? Otherwise you book a read with me, and that's where we get real in. Okay. Fish, drop a number 1 through 5. And this is being investigative, right? And dropping anything that feels like it's stealing your joy. Do not let people be a thief of your joy, because your joy is costly, right? So don't let people steal your joy with petty or childish behavior. That's where I'm going with that. Okay, T for deck 3. This is also deck 3. You're in the Pup Tarot. What is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? All right. And does it resonate, baby? Like just being very decisive, cut off anything that robs you of your peace. T, you have love with 4 of Wands. It's building that foundation, but please make sure you know what it is that you're wanting to build your foundation on. If you do not have a clear path, because that's what it feels like. It's like having the clear path and knowing what it is that you truly want. Okay? So please let me know if that resonates, but being very clear and decisive about what stability, happiness, home looks like for you. Guys, if you're coming in, you want answers, please drop a number 1 through 5. Dre with 4. Where in my life am I over giving? All right, and Fish, you're coming. I have you on the list, baby. So 3rd chakra, Archangel Shamael. Your 3rd chakra is your solar plexus. That is your seat of identity. So with Shamael, it's asking you, please pour into your personal sunshine and your happiness. Tap into Shamael and imagine like a bright golden orb or healing sunlight coming from your center. Okay, that's your personal identity. So where in your life are you over giving? You're giving your joy and your happiness and your sunshine to others. So it's time you tap back in, pull it back in, and pour into you. Please let me know how that resonates, Drea. Fish, number 2. Let's see what we need to know here. I was called Fish Lips as a kid because I used to swim a lot, right? And I used to... So, Fish Lips. Fish, my little love. Lena, my love, drop a number 1 through 5, right? I used to be called a lot of things as a kid. I used to also have, like, white hair, so I was called Cotton Top. I used to swim a lot, so I would, like, be, like, tan with, like, white hair, which actually turned green from being in chlorine. But yes. Okay, so Fish, deck 2, what is something that you are missing from your energetic field? Peace. Giving others your peace, right? This is saying, like, if it disturbs your peace, it's too expensive. So anything that makes you unhappy, I need you to, like, sit back and realize, like, ooh, that person, that thing is just trying to get me out of my character, trying to get me into, like, a ruffled phase. And babes, you need to start realizing your peace, disturbing it is too expensive. I tell people, if it's not like a hell yes, like you're excited, you're like, yeah, I want to do this, it needs to be like a fuck no, right? I know that sounds extreme, but think of electricity. It's either on or off, and that's how we should be too. It's either on, like, yes, we're in, we're lit up, we're happy, or it's no. So if you're around people that it's like making you feel like, ooh, or sick, it's time to let them go, right? Because disturbing your peace, too expensive. All right. Lena, deck 4. Okay, guys, if you're coming in, you want answers, please like, comment, share, but also please drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. Lena, for deck 4, the question that you need to know is, where in your life are you over giving? This feels like over giving to others, but let's see what you need to know. And guys, if you're coming in, drop a number 1 through 5. Let me know what it is that you are, what you are needing direction in. So Lena, okay, yin yang, so this is feeling disempowered, right? It's giving away like that balance that we have within ourselves, anxiety and hostility. So this kind of goes back into other messages, and this is why I love collective reads, but this is why they resonate, right? We're all kind of in the same boat. This is like feeling anxiety. Lena, this is your read, baby, so please listen. So what you are over giving to in your life, it's like your peace is being disturbed by hostile people, and it's causing you anxiety. So it's realizing, if it disturbs my peace, it's too expensive, right? So yin yang, finding that delicate balance, but you also have anxiety and hostilities. It's cutting out people that are being hostile towards you because it's not worth your time, your energy, your effort, right? We are too grown, too far in the game to keep letting other people cause anxiety and hostility for us. Like, they're not worth your time. Cut them out, babes. Okay, guys, if you are coming in and you want answers, please drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what we need to know. Okay, Dusty, drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. Yes. Lena, does it resonate? It's like, stop. If they're unhappy, miserable people, they're not for you. Okay, so Dusty, for deck number 5. In what ways can I release emotional weight that no longer serves my growth? So with May 15th, in what ways can you release things that are no longer serving your growth? whatever's going on with that date, there's betrayals, 3 of Swords. It's triangulation, mind games. But when you go in and you know that that's the goal, you can counteract it. And that's the beauty of tarot, guys. It's not here to scare you. It's here to inform you and give you the tools that you can utilize to get along on your path, right? So this is saying whatever you do have going on that date is watch out for deception, mind games, and realizing people's intentions. Like if you're around people and you know you can feel that they just want to trigger you and they just, thank you for the rose, baby, if they just want to trigger you. And guys, when you're coming in, please drop a number 1 through 5. That's how we're doing readings today. So please know that this is a little different than you may be used to. I'm not answering specifics. What we're doing is we're answering whatever is attached to that number, that deck, okay? So Dusty, whatever it is going on that day is just watching, right? And making sure that you can see their game. Like if you know people want you to react, your job is to drop down and be like, nope, I'm going to be calm, cool, collected. Because you disempower when you're dealing with, and JoJo 1 through 5. 5. So in Ender 1 through 5, love. Yeah. So it's just knowing that if you can feel them, because that's how I started counteracting like my abusers, as I could tell when they were intentionally trying to rage bait and trigger me. So instead of feeding into that, I would give them silence, and then they get even more scared. So you disempower people when you see their game, and you can move accordingly. Okay? All right. So Jojo, give me a moment. I have Ender first, and then we'll do yours with 3. Okay, so we're for Ender. You said 5 as well. And then JoJo will get you after that. And then if there's anybody else 1 through 5, let me know what you need to know. Ender, in what ways can you release emotional weight that no longer serves you? Okay. Hello, hello. If you guys are coming in, I'm Lara Joe. Drop a number 1 through 5. So 4 of Cups and Ace of Cups. Ender, you've got that vibration of like, everybody in the past has left you feeling like stingy with your love. Hello, the Empress. I'm Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover. Let me know what you're needing to know. I do have a few ahead of you. And Renelle, I'm sorry, I do have you in there. Let me grab you next after this one. So Jojo, you'll be after Renelle. So it'll go Renelle, Jojo, and then Empress. You're after those ones, baby. And it's Liz. Drop a number 1 through 5, babes. Okay, so Indoor, this is you've been feeling like lacking, but what you need to release to get to Ace of Cups is realizing there are people that want to love you, but it may not be the people that you have in your environment. So what do you need to release? That scarcity or that fear mindset and realize that love is about to hit you in the jubblies, right? Like you're about to be hit full force. Hello, hello. How are you, Shay? I'm Lara Joe. And I'm sorry, on my Twitch side, please give me a moment. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a very popular girl this morning, which is good. But hello, hello. Shay, come on in. Drop number 1 through 5. So right now, this is also 5. In what ways can you release emotional weight that no longer serves you? And then Jojo, you're after that. And then Empress. And then I'm going to drop into Twitch, okay? So what are you needing to release right now? Page of Coins. This is having that mindset around money, like a child mindset, but realizing like if you're wanting big girl or big boy accomplishments, we need to let go of like the little, like the mental mindset of being immature around money. Maybe not what we want to hear, but also what we need to hear. Okay, Jojo and then Empress, and then I'm dropping into Twitch. I'm going to answer some over there. Okay, so Jojo from deck 3, what do you need? What is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? Let's see. Hello, hello, guys. I'm Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover. If you're coming in, please drop a number 1 through 5. Like, comment, share. We're answering questions. I am running between 2 communities, so please bear with me. I am a one-woman act, right? So Jojo, what's something you need to know? 5 of Pentacles, the financial situation has to change. It also feels like you have to be proactive, though, about it. It's realizing, like, okay, the money, where do I need to get it from? So 5 of Pentacles is saying, like, that financial lack has to change, but it's up to you, babes, to do. Okay, and then it's Liz. What number? Because it's 1 through 5, not 6, baby. And then I am grabbing Shay. The Shay is loyal. Please drop a number 1 through 5, babes. Okay. So, Jojo, it's financial lack, but realizing like, okay, what do I need to do to help it? And then Empress, I did say I was going to get in here. So Empress deck 5, in what ways do you need to release, in what ways can you release emotional weight that no longer serves you right now? Let's see. Okay. King of Wands. So this is stepping into your empowerment and realizing like, okay, what is it that you want? But King of Wands is also, if you're dealing with a fiery, passionate person, it may be about time to let them go. Be like, oh, okay, we can't keep doing this. And it's Liz, please drop your number 1 through 5. I'm sorry, babe. I am going to drop over real quick to the Twitch community. So dreams from deck 3. Let's see what you need to know, babies. And then it'll be Shay and then Nicole. Okay? And it's Liz waiting for your number. Yeah. So Empress, it's time. You got to be like, hey, we are grown folk here. I can't support you and me and everybody, right? Like grown men. And I thought about this the other day. Men do not need protection from women and children. So if you have a man that's needing protection from women and children because he is supposed to be the protector, there is something deeply wrong on there. Clanier, put a number 1 through 5 and then you will be on the list. I do have a few ahead of you, okay? But put a number 1 through 5. And it's Liz, baby, I see you, but I can't see your number. So please drop a number 1 through 5. I'm going to work with Shay and Dreammaker real quick. So Dreammaker, little love, from deck 3. What is something you need to know even if it's going to hurt your feelings? Okay. Is that 8 of Wands? It is 8 of Wands. So you're receiving messages about a Knight of Swords needing to know what to cut off. Knight of Swords is being decisive. Yes, Shay, give me one moment. I will switch you to 3. Being decisive and cutting off, but you're getting the messages on that. And Martin, please drop a number 1 through 5. I am running few communities, so this is the part of, like, bear with me because I'm bouncing back and forth, but I do have, like I say, both communities. So bear with me, babies, but drop a number 1 through 5. Dreammaker, though, being decisive, you're getting the messages, whether it be intuitive or through actual communication. Okay? Okay. It's Liz. Pick a number, baby, 1 through 5, because I still haven't seen your list, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I haven't seen the number yet, but we'll get you in there, okay, babies? It's Liz. I'm gonna put you back down there, and then Martin too. Okay. Shay, let's go. You said deck 3, so deck 3 for Shay, and then okay. And then it's Liz, you're up next, babes. I'm getting you, okay? We're getting you. And then Clanier, you're going to be after, I'm doing Shay, it's Liz, Clanier, and then Martin. So I know I'm balancing, but okay. So, Shay, for deck 3, what is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? Knight of Wands, you've been dealing with a player energy. And until they're ready to not be a player anymore, that's not your business. Okay, little love, so Shay is loyal. It's playery behavior, but realizing, like, we can't keep doing that because you've got bigger things to accomplish here. So cutting them off, okay? And toxic people won't remove themselves. You will have to remove them, okay? So it's Liz from deck 3. You're also in this deck. So what is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? We got a few. Okay, Page of Swords, the World, 2 of Cups. You got a lot there. Hierophant and 3 of Pentacles. So it's like you're trying to build your happiness and your stability, but you're dealing with people, again, with Page of Swords. This is someone who is mentally just immature. In Hierophant, this is like being stuck. Yes. So player Shay, it's a playery energy. You can't build with that. Okay, babes? So realizing it's time to keep moving. Players don't change, right? They don't become anything other than a bigger player unless they are ready to, okay? So it's Liz, what you're dealing with, it's time to close out chapters with people, places, things that are keeping you stuck in your head. With 2 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles, it's like you're meant to find love, but it is causing you to have financial imbalance, and we can't keep doing it. The world says close the door, close the chapter. Okay? And this is because it is also partially collective, guys. It's like when the messages resonate, if you have that person in your life that you're like, whoa, they're not good for me, we got to keep moving. Okay. Andrea, there's a line, babe. And there's a bunch of people in front of you, and there's method to this madness. So pick a number 1 through 5, sit down, be patient. Okay? Clanier, with deck 5, you have been waiting patiently. Thank you so much, my love. In what ways can you release emotional weight that no longer serves your growth? Okay? The tower is radically letting things go. So Clanier, this is saying whatever is no longer for you, let it go. Okay? We can't keep holding on to the things that are keeping us stuck, stagnant. But tower is like, there's no stopping when it falls, so let it fall and just move out the way so you don't get hurt. Okay? I tell people, if you see somebody going down and you can't help them, you need to get out of the way so you don't get hurt as that comes down. Okay, let's see where we're going. So, and then I have Martin. Oh, okay. I washed my hair yesterday, so I'm shedding. It happens, right? Andrea. 3. Okay. So, Martin, let's do deck 2, you said, babies. What is the advice with this? And then, Diana, please bear with me. And Nicole, if I've already answered, I only do 1 question alive, baby, because there's a lot of people in here. There's a lot of, there's more than one collective, right? So, please bear with me, babies. And Zaka, I know I'm saying your name wrong. I will get you after Martin, okay? And were you wanting 1 or 4, babes? Because you put both, Zaka. So 1 or 4. Martin, we're deck 2. What is something you are missing from your energetic field? Let's see what we need to know. Hello. I'm Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover. Martin, what you're missing? Loyal heart. What is it that you truly love and want? Because it feels like that indecision has been keeping you stuck, stagnant, on the fence. But Martin, it's time to make a choice about what it is that you truly want with loyal heart, okay? All right. Zaka, we're doing deck 4 for you. Where in your life are you overgiving? And then Jackie, Andrea, and Diana, we're coming next. Jackie, we're doing what we're doing. But, okay, so for deck 2, where in your life, and this was Zaka, where in your life are you overgiving? Anxiety. Worry is the thief of joy. So if it's causing you anxiety, go move your body. Go do something else, right? And that's advice I give everybody as far as anything in life. If it's causing you stress, go focus on something else and move your body, right? Go do something productive with your time. Go do dishes or go do laundry. I know that sounds like whatever advice, but it kind of works. Okay, Jackie with deck 3. If you guys are coming in, please drop a number 1 through 5. Jackie, what is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? Okay, well, that was a wild. The Emperor, but it's in reverse. So it's feeling disempowered. The Emperor is Aries. Energy is very take charge of your life. So right now, it feels like you have given the keys over to someone else. And baby, it's time, right, to take your power, your divinity back. The Emperor is saying, take charge of your life because it's your life, right? Be headstrong about what it is that you love and want. For Jackie. Okay, Andrea, let's see, also deck 3. What is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? Hello, Astrid. Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is turning in your favor. You're going to have to say goodbye to people, though, right? Because not everybody can come with you. I look at it this way. Like, I had something that I busted my butt for, right? And my friend was like, you're so lucky. I was like, no, the wheel turned in my favor because I was doing the work, right? I wasn't off doing all the partying. I was home doing the work. So Wheel of Fortune is saying when that wheel turns in your favor, that's not luck. That's like you were doing the thing. You had the vision. You put yourself in the room. So don't let people gaslight you and make you feel bad about that. But also realizing like you earned this. So enjoy that and breathe into that. Okay, Diana, deck 5. Hello. Linda, please drop a number 1 through 5. And what what's coming up off the bat right now is asking people in the community to help you. Like leaning in on the resources. I know you want to do it all yourself. I know you have this creative or this artistic vision of how you see it going, but please ask for resources. Okay? Diana, for deck 5, how we do it a little bit is that we answer whatever the question is on the card. That's what you need to know. Because it's not necessarily about you and him strengthening. It's what do you need to work on for you to strengthen you. If that's not the partner for you, then we have to be like, you know what? It's not the partner. We'll see what we get into, though. Okay, guys, if you are coming in and you want a number, if you want me to read for you, drop a number 1 through 5. Diana, I have you. If anybody that I've missed before this or anybody wanting to get in, please drop your numbers, okay? Hello, Judy. So, Diana, what ways can you release emotional weight that no longer serves your growth? Okay, 2 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. Right now, before you worry about partnerships, you need to worry about the financial ships, right? So this is saying, Diana, you're balancing your finances and you're bringing in like the big thing. So put your nose to the grindstone and worry about your bag right now is what I want to advise you with. I know that that doesn't answer love, but it is that part, like if you're wanting big love, you have to have the financial capacity to do it. Your finances are coming into balance. You're actually getting the big thing, but not everybody can come with you. If you guys don't realize by now, I don't know what to tell you because I have personal experience in it, but certain people in your life will block your blessings. You'll be like, why isn't this money coming in? Well, your money's not coming in because you have that person in your life that they would steal it from you and use it for their own personal gain. So it really is not everybody can come with you. Some people do have to be cut out so that they don't rob you blind. Okay? Good girl. Drop a number 1 through 5. Judy, drop a number 1 through 5, please, baby. I want to read for you this morning. Good girl. Do I need to say it like, good girl? Good girl. Do I need to, is that what we need? I'm not trying to be patronizing, but how do we fill your love cup, good, you know, right? And I mean, everybody likes being told they're a good girl, right? Even boys, even naughty boys really like being told that they're a good boy. I promise you, don't ask me how I've acquired this information. I seem to be able to take like, oh, okay, well, I have a good boy. Oh, gosh. Okay. Good girl. Oh. I hope her little ears perk every time she hears me say it. Hello, Golden. How are you? I've got like hair in my mouth. Okay. Good girl. We'll read 4. And you know what? I used to have, on my Twitch side, I had a guy that his cat was named Mordecai. And every time I would say his handle, his little kitty would like perk up and come over and like rub on him. I was like, ooh, Mordecai loves me. So, good girl. Where in your life are you over giving? Let's see. And yes, I do play in other people's kinks, if you ever need to know. Anywho, where in your life are you over giving? Okay, so Archangel Metatron comes out, good girl, with the advice of like, this is the Akashic record. So recognizing everything has a place and a time, and it's all according to what's been written, right? Like, so when you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I need to control this thing, please know that with Archangel Metatron, like, because he holds like the records, right? And he was human before he was angel. So it's realizing like, yes, you're going through this, but it's all part of a higher plan. And when you realize that, when you realize like, hey, I'm not driving the car today, you just gotta be like, okay, I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna put in my AirPods, I'm gonna listen to music because I know that I'm not driving the bus. But knowing that there are points that you will be driving again because it's part of the structure. So Metatron is asking you to tap into like knowing that there's a higher and bigger picture. Breathe when you feel out of control, like nothing's going right. Just breathe and relax because you're right. You can't control anything. You can influence, but you can't control. So when it feels out of control, just sit back, enjoy, sing, hum. It'll be okay, right? We will get through this. All right. Judy, my little love. And hello. If you guys are coming in, drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. Okay. All right. And that's what people just think like this is parlor tricks. No, I straight channel from the divine. I love when Metatron comes out because I have heavy ties to Metatron. And typically when people meet me, they may have never heard of Metatron, and then Metatron will start chasing them because that's what's meant to be a part of their team. Okay. Yes, they can. Annie Mary, they can. And sometimes they can do more than just communicate. So Be very careful. I am very protective over my dreams. Like, Metatron does cover me. And I tell him, I'm like, hey, people that are trespassing my dreams that are not welcome, you need to cut their silver cord. And cutting their silver cord can actually disembody and unmoor them. So people need to be real careful going into other people's dreams or astral projecting, because they can lose their body or their soul, right? Okay, Judy, my love. And guys, if you are coming in and you are wanting to ask questions, drop a number 1 through 5. We'll get the messages for you. As far as Yvonne, before I wouldn't pull cards on that. I would say if you feel it's time to move on, it's time to move on. You asking, like, you're looking for a sign to move on, but sometimes you just need to realize, like, I feel it in my soul, I need to go. Okay? And then Golden Petals, we'll do number 2. You're after Judy, okay? And we'll do 2. Guys, if you are coming in, you want answers, please drop a number 1 through 5. So, Judy, what is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? Thank you for your patience, little love. I know I've been yapping it up. King of Wands, it's time to let go. Or if you are the one in the energy, but King of Wands is asking you to be decisive. But if you're dealing with someone who's burning you out, it's time to let them go. Okay? And Henry, little love, drop a number 1 through 5. But here is the part. Babies are a big responsibility. And if you are asking for them to give you a baby, right, you need to make sure that you are going to be a spectacular dad to said baby. Okay. But Judy, this is realizing King of Wands, if they are being abrasive, because this can be like overpowering, you need to realize, like, okay, I need to have boundaries. Chai, if you are looking for something, write it down on a piece of paper, and I'm going to give you woo-woo advice, but it works. Offer the house fae or the house spirits an offering. Like, I give a shot of alcohol when I'm looking for something. I give a shot of alcohol to the house spirits, and they find it for me. So if you're wanting to find something you lost, either A, write it down, but B, offer to the house fae or the house spirits, the house domo, an offering. They love alcohol. I had lost something for 6 months. I offered it 2 shots of liquor. It was found within 5 freaking minutes. My ex was a non-believer, but he's like, oh, no, that's just woo-woo. It was the first time I tried it, and like I say, I gave 2 shots of offering, and within 5 minutes, what we were looking for was found. It had been gone for over 6 months. It wasn't like it was gone. It was like we couldn't access it, but once we finally paid our toll to the house tricksters, because that's what the house fae are, they're tricksters, but they're typically doing it for your higher good. It's not like they're actually maliciously doing it. They're trying to inform you of something. And it did. Like, when that happened for me, I was like, ooh, okay, I see all that I need to see here. All right, Golden Petals footwear. Let's see what you need to know from deck 2. Guys, if you're coming in, I'm Lara Jo. Please let me know how you're doing. On studio, we're coming, but we're doing it in a little bit of an order, right? And hello, Civic Girl, come on in. I'm Lara Jo. If you're wanting a read, please drop a number 1 through 5. And Chai, drop a number 1 through 5. So Golden Petal, what is something you are missing from your energetic field? Okay. Hello, Lauren. Higher power. So Golden Petal, it's have you stopped to talk to your ancestors yet, right? It's realizing, like, higher power, we may be tuning out from our ancestors or the divine because we feel like they have been tuning out from us, but I promise you, my love, they are waiting for you to pick up the messages. I know from personal experience, like, my spiritual team has been trying to reach me, and I'm like, I kind of hear you, but I'm also busy, and they don't like that. So higher powers will start interceding, right? You're like, oh. Oh. Okay, on studio, what you need to know, babes, where in your life are you over giving? I'm not answering specific questions. These are like if your higher self were to have a message with you, this is where you're needing to be listening, okay? So for deck 4, where in your life, thank you for the fan club join. Where in your life are you over giving? Carrying Connections, Thinking Man, and Archangel Michael. Okay, so this is our root, our structure. It's like you've been giving too much to the root or your structure on where it's like causing you to feel imbalanced. So realizing like, okay, I need to give back to me, to my foundation, but this is like you were giving too much to people that were not giving to you. Okay? So on studio, that's the part with asking if they're going to be your girlfriend. It feels like you were like caring too much about somebody that was not pouring into you. And babes, we need to stop that right here, right now, right? People need to be matching our vibe. Guys, if you're coming in, you want answers, please drop a number 1 through 5. Lauren, I'm coming with Civic Girl deck 3. What is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? 7 of Swords, there were betrayals. There's deception, there's sleight of hand. 7 is betrayal, but they made a choice to do it. And whatever they were betraying you over, because look at this. It's like sleight of hand. It's like that they have more toys or more treats down here, but they're also like keeping it from you. But this is Ace of Pentacles. So this is like people were trying to keep you in your head, Lauren, but they were also trying to take something very valuable from you. So it's realizing like you need to know that there's deception going on around you about money, not getting freaked out about it, but being real clear and seeing people for who they are. Because 7 is a choice, 7 is heaven, right? But 7 of Swords is like people made a choice to be deceptive towards you because they were expecting a big payout. I need you to see them for what it is. Okay. Zanzu, my love, drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. Lauren, does that resonate, or are you like, what? It could be. It could. I do. Well, I'm sorry. Yes, I do things with pregnancy. It depends on what you're looking for. Please give me one moment. I'm gonna check and see what's going on right quick, because. Okay. We may have to close the door, baby, because it's about to get loud. And Badger's going to be mad about it. So, okay. I'm going to see if we can keep that door open for as long as we can, but I may have to close it because it's kind of like my kids say. They're like, it's always something at your house. I'm like, just fucking tell me about it. Like, you don't need to, like, they just visited here. And, well, okay, so Civic Girl, that actually does feel like people don't want you to get pregnant, so you are going to have to remove people from your environment or remove certain habits from your environment in order to be able to conceive. Because there are people, and I speak also from, like, I've had people who, like, came in right before pregnancy. Like, my youngest baby was groomed by my brother's girlfriend. Like, my brother's girlfriend was grooming my child. From the time I got pregnant with her until today, she is still actively trying to steal that baby, and that baby's 14. So don't think that people won't try to steal your child in the most heinous of ways. Okay? Do I personally, or for you, Civic Girl? Because I'm not tapping that hard because I've got other people in here that are also needing help. And Annie Marie, thank you. I am coming, babe. Please bear with me. I know we got a little sidetracked due to distractions and questions. So Lauren, what I would suggest to you is that you and I sit down and we do a one-on-one. And yes, they're costly, but it's like we do real work in real life. No, you're okay, baby. But I come to help people and give answers. But this is also where I say, like, hey, if there's bigger things, because this isn't just like a quick question read. This is like sit down with me and we do things. Like we help clear your life in real life. Because I've helped people do this in their own life, right? Okay, Annie Marie. Baby, thank you for your patience. Guys, if you're coming in, drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. Zanzu, I do see you. If I missed anybody else, please put your name down on the list with your number 1 through 5. Zanzu, you are coming. Annie Marie, thank you for your patience. Marissa, 7 isn't an option, baby. Well, it is, but not for one that I'm going to read for you today. But, okay. Annie Marie, 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Okay, and I believe Gabriel's the voice, so this is realizing, like, hey, you've got a truth to speak, and you need that clarity and that help, so asking Archangel Gabriel to come in and help heal, and like I say, around communication, around clarity, around your voice. Okay, this is what we are asking for you right now, is to send that healing light. And if you're looking for the throat chakra to send light. It's like sending blue light right here, and that clears your auditory communication. That will also help clear up your clairs, so you'll be able to see. I don't know why I want to say it with the ear, but you'll be able to have the ears to hear and the eyes to see and the discernment by asking Gabriel to help come in and heal with that. Okay, so where in your life are you overgiving? You have been keeping quiet for too long and letting people slide for too long, and it is time to start putting people in their place, right? And also remembering, people did not feel bad when they hurt you or they did that thing, so you should not feel bad when you request justice and accountability for their crap behavior, okay? Stop giving people silence, because that's how they win. Okay, Marissa, you'll be after Zanzu. And guys, if you're coming in, please drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. Zanzu, what is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? Guys, if you're coming in, you're wanting answers, please drop a number 1 through 5. So Zanzu, 2 of Cups, Page of Wands, Knight of Cups, Page of Swords. There's a lot of very immature energy around this. I know you were speaking about financial, I believe, Zanzu. This is saying you have people around you that are not in it for the long run. So keep your circle close, because we do see Knight of Cups, we do see 2 of Cups. It's like you're wanting to build, you're wanting to find stability for yourself and happiness and partnership, but you have to make sure that the people you're partnering with are not just page energy, because pages can't build kingdoms. They can only fight fights, right? Like a page is if you think of a page, actually it's like communication. So it's they're communication, but is it clear? Is it concise? Or is it game playing, right? And we can't build off of game playing. Renu, so drop a number 1 through 5, baby, and we'll answer. But I would, if someone's set on doing something, you can't stop them, okay? And then this is the point where you have to say, if this is what he truly wants, is he truly in it for us and our relationship? I would have some clarification on that. So Shristi, bear with me. Real Jadel, you said, what deck did you say? 4. And then Shristi, I know I'm probably saying that wrong. You said 5. Okay, Real Jadel. Let's see what you need from deck 4, babes. Guys, if you're coming and you want answers, please drop a number 1 through 5. Like, comment, share, especially if you're looking for answers. So for Christian, where in your life are you overgiving? Door to Spirit. My eye wants to... Where in your life are you overgiving? Are you listening to other people's versus listening to your own intuition? Or is that part of this feels like it's like you're overgiving people the benefit of the doubt, and you need to stop, babes. That door to Spirit, you have a very strong connection to God, or the source creator, I feel, but it's also other people trying to close that door on you. But you need to understand, your intuition, if you go back and you review in your life where your intuition has said one thing and a human, whether it be male or female, said another, and you realize no, they're gaslighting me, this is trying to close that door. Annie Marie, sometimes okay, so I will say this, anything is possible, right? And dreams are real. I speak about dreams being real because I've had prophetic dreams and then they've come real. I've dreamt of people that I've never met before, and sometimes those are your spirit guides coming through to help you, guide you, and give you messages. So dream world is a little different. It's a lot of interpretation. That could be somebody though that's waiting for you to get to a point that they can connect with you. Where I said though anything can happen in dreams. I have 2 cats that were the result of a prophetic dream, and they came into my IRL within 6 months, which apparently is unheard of to manifest something that fast. But dreams can actually manifest in real life. I have the examples of it, that I had brothers that I dreamt of, and then 6 months later I adopted them. That was a magical night. The night that I dreamt them, it was a crazy, magical, serendipitous night. But I also had like a lot of family. It was really hard. Like there was a lot of spiritual attacks, but then they came 6 months later. So, Marissa, I believe you're next, babe. And then Tristy, you're after Marissa. Okay, thank you for reminding me, Marissa. Sorry, baby. All right, for deck 1, okay, am I in alignment with what I want? So, Marissa, are you in alignment with what you want? Soulmate, your soulmate is already with you in spirit, right? Believe this and they will manifest physically, right? So Marissa, your soulmate is either they're with you already, but it's bringing them into reality, realizing that it's going to become reality. And I was just talking about manifestation and like the dreams do come through, and they do come through really fast. Okay, Real Jadelle, Christian, my love, this is like I do one question, everything else it's like booking a reading with me. Okay? Okay, so if this is your, it could be, and our babies are soulmates for us. Like my middle kid, as much as she pushes me and she pisses me off and she makes my life really freaking hard, she is definitely one of my soulmates. Hi, Stacy, how are you? I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. Tristy, let's see what you have going on. In what ways can you release emotional weight that no longer serves you? Okay, so I know you're asking about scamming, like somebody scammed you, right? Here's realizing that sometimes you have to let that rest and move on. It's going to be taken care of, right? So realizing that you may not receive that back now, but you will receive it back and you will have justice. But let's see what you need to know. What can you release the weight of right now that'll help serve your growth? Empress and 4 of Pentacles. Right now it feels like lack, but you are meant to be in this beautiful embodied energy, and you will be. It's realizing like everything will play out. You need to breathe and relax for a minute. Okay, I know it's tight, but when we get tight, it's showing us how resourceful we can be. I know you don't want to hear that because nobody wants to hear about being resourceful, but this is realizing like, okay, how do I make it work even if I'm running with very limited? Because here's this. If you can do a great thing with something tiny, you will be given more so you can do bigger things, right? Like this is that, like, if you were to receive a large amount of money, you're given that small amount of money first to see how you can handle it, how you would distribute it, right? So this is realizing like, okay, I have to show that I can do the thing that I say that I can do with minimal so that when I get the big thing, I can maximize results. Hopefully that makes sense. So your money is going to come. Right now, though, it's realizing like, I will make this happen. I am naturally abundant. We'll figure it out. Okay, Tristy? All right. Hello. If you guys are coming in, drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. Have I missed anybody so far? If you guys are ready, again, drop numbers 1 through 5. I'm Lara Jo. If you like my vibe, please consider booking a one-on-one with me. I do Reiki, sound therapy, inner child healing, PTSD. I do a little bit of everything all rolled into one. Also on my Etsy, which is Mystic Mess by Salty Seer, I have ebooks and workbooks that can help you understand huge dynamics, because I have mother wounding, father wounding. These are in ebooks and workbooks, and the workbooks are meant to be like journaling prompts so that you can work through, and it's weekly prompts that you can work through like your mother wounding, right? And they're $11.11, but it's a way that you can, if you can't work with me or you don't feel comfortable talking to anybody yet, I do have materials so that you can go and help start working through this on your own level. That's where it's like you purchase the book and then you find yourself at 5 a.m. one night being like, you know what, I've got to face this mother wound, and you pick it up and you just start working through it, right? Those resources are there so that when you're ready, you can pick it up. Hello, Tanika. Okay, so I'm Ella. We'll do after, and then I have Ella for deck 4. Miss Erica will talk about deck 5 after that, and then Stacy, I've got you. I do have Ella and Miss Erica, and then Stacy, I'll come for you, okay? So please bear with me, be patient. I am one woman, and if you're wanting answers, then sit down and wait, right? Okay, Miss Ella, deck 4. Where in your life are you over giving? Hello, hello. Okay, so this has come out before. Ooh, gosh, Ella, you got hit with 2 archangels and indecision. Baby, it's time to start deciding what it is that you want. We have Uriel, and Uriel is very much about like, so Uriel is enlightenment, knowledge, right? So this is kind of in that third eye energy, and Shamael is your personal sunshine. So we have indecision. You are asking to step into your knowledge and share what it is that lights you up and make you happy. You're not doing this alone, though. You are flanked by 2 archangels. So today my challenge is to you is to call on Shamael and Uriel to help guide you, to help find that direct footing. But baby, the sunshine, right? This is your solar plexus. It's how you radiate to the world. You are being asked to step into your inner knowing. Stop feeding the indecision. That is other people's worries, and that's not for you, right? Other people's projections are not your problem. Miss Erica, let's talk about deck 5. Let's see what you need to know. I know you are asking about pregnancy. Part of pregnancy is relaxing, though. Babies come when they want to come. So trying to force, and I speak from having very stubborn, temperamental kids, like, they do it on their own terms, in their own ways. And if you think you're going to force them, you're not. You can try, but good luck. Like, you'll just burn yourself out. Okay? Okay, so Rue and Molly, I have you coming. I have one to read here for Miss Erica, and then I have one in another community for Stacy to read, and then we'll do, okay? So Rue, you'll be after Stacy and Ella, all right? Molly will be deck 3 after that. So, Miss Erica, in what ways can you release emotional weight that no longer serves you? Okay. 3 of Wands. It feels like you're building. So it's like put the pressure, like focus on your foundation so that when you do get pregnant, or if you are pregnant, you're going to be able to bring that baby into something that is good. 3 of Wands is the ascension. So changing your mindscape to like, okay, if we want this baby, because people say like, oh, I want pregnancy, but do you envision what does it look like to have that baby, right? It's like, what does your daily life look like? So this is framing your mind to start building your foundation to bring that baby in. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? So Miss Erica, baby's coming, but you have to make sure your environment is right and that your mindset is right, right? Okay, Stacy, let's see. Thank you for your patience, guys, as you come in. So Rue, you are after Stacy, and Molly, you are after Rue. So please be patient. For Stacy, are you in alignment with what you want? Okay, one card coming out. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. You know what's right for you, so keep going, baby. Even if no one else understands, keep going. And Stacy and everyone else, I need you to understand it is not anyone else's job to understand your path. If people say, I don't understand you, that's good. Because your path is only between you, your creator, and your partner. Potentially, or the people that are meant to be with you. So deep in your heart, you know what your path is. Stop listening to what other people are trying to tell you because they don't understand it. They're not meant to. It's not their path. It's not their agreement. So Stacy, please know in your heart, you already know what's right for you. Stop listening to what other people are telling you because I feel like that's the deal. Erica, the part of it getting pregnant, you need to relax. You need to clean up your environment. You need to make sure your environment's right. Right? So when you will get pregnant when you start telling the universe, I'm ready for this baby, right? Have you started looking at looking at what you need to look like for motherhood? That's a big part of it. When will you get pregnant? When you tell the universe that you're ready, this is what you want. When you start showing the universe that you can provide mentally, emotionally, physically for a baby and that you have a good partner, that's when you get pregnant. But it's also relaxing about it. It's like not putting too much pressure on it. Because, again, babies don't respond to pressure. You can ask Earth. Babe, we're answering. If you ask a number 1 through 5, that's how we're doing it. Rue, and because we have a line. right? And we have people that have been waiting patiently. And guys, if you're wanting in-depth, if you're wanting very specific answers, that's paying for my time. My time is worth it, right? If you don't feel it's worth it, that's cool. But my time is worth it because my answers are on. And I've helped predict babies. I've actually helped bring babies in. I've helped do huge generational familial like healings. So it's realizing like, if you want the answers, you want the results, come book your time and pay for it, because this is very valuable what I do. I told one person, I'm like, yeah, they wanted to treat me away, but I'm like, I've saved them thousands because they didn't have to do in vitro. They didn't have to do therapy. They didn't, like, I knew they were having a girl. I knew when they were getting pregnant. I knew all of that, but they wanted to, you know, be petty or whatever with my time. I'm like, you guys, you don't realize. But when you short someone's ancestors, right, there's a bigger cost. So, like, the people that have done me dirty and disrespectful, they're paying that cost. Okay, Rue. Where in your life are you over giving? So apply it if it feels like it's your relationship or wherever, right? Apply it. Okay, so Esther, love, drop a number 1 through 5. Earth, drop a number 1 through 5. Okay, so let's go. But Rue, you want it to fit your relationship, but it may be a bigger picture. So that's what I'm asking you, is that if it isn't necessarily applicable to your relationship, please know that it may be bigger. So where in your life are you over giving? Okay, victory, wherever you're over giving, like it feels like you're wanting to win so hard, but realizing that victories look different, right? Annie Marie, that's booking a time with me. Okay, so Rue, you'll have victory, whatever that looks like. You'll have victory. And sometimes victory is not fixing relationships. I promise you, those things that you pray for, that you're like, I want this so bad, it doesn't work out, and it was meant to, right? I prayed for my ex-husband that would work out, and I'm so glad it didn't, because then I got a viewing of what my life would have looked like had I stayed married with him, and I got the victory by leaving him. So realize sometimes leaving is saving your life. Your ancestors know better than you do. Your spiritual team knows better than you do. They will kick you out of a place. They will pull you out kicking and screaming. And you'll be like, but I want to be there. I'm like, okay, fine. But you don't realize what that comes with sometimes. Okay? Yeah, and Annie Marie, that's sitting down with me. That's booking time. That's not, we're not. And then Molly, little love, what number did you say you wanted? I'm sorry. And Earth, you'll be after all this for 2. And we'll talk about it. So Molly, okay, thank you for your patience. You know, like my 3 looked like a 7, and I was like, I don't even fucking know. I have weird, okay, and I worked in the medical field for a really long time, so if you guys ever see my handwriting, sometimes it looks like doctor's writing, right? Because you get used to that. I sometimes write really fast. I'm actually a public notary too, and I'm like, when I have to do my signature and my signature is long, I'm like, oh God, why did I decide to hyphenate my name? Why did I do all this? Because my signature is sloppy, and when you're doing it for official documentation, it has to look good. All right. So, Molly, deck 3, what is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? And guys, if I'm rubbing my eyes, I'm so sorry. Something got in my eye. Like, my right eye has, like, dust in it, and it's really irritating me. I'm trying not to, like... So, please bear with me, right? And I work through injury. That's what I do. Molly, whatever that card was, it went flying, boo. Hold on. Please bear with me while I grab this. I gotta... Oh, God. Whatever it was, it wanted to speak. Okay, 5 of Wands. Molly, this is saying 311. It looks like 311. It reminds me of, whoa, amber is the color of my energy. Okay, so 5 of Wands. This is saying it's time to let go of the fighting. Molly. So this is saying, what is something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? 5 of Wands, and like I say, it went flying. This is saying the fighting needs to be done. 5 is like, we're done here. Wands are passions. So what is something you need to know? It's time to stop fighting with people that are not truly fighting for your best and highest interest. And that's using discernment. Okay, realizing like, hey, if it's not for me, I got to let it go. Okay, so 5 of Wands is saying if it's causing you burdens, it's time. Earth, deck 2. Let's see what you need to know. And it's going to come out a little bit different, Earth, because I know you were asking about somebody ghosting, but this is the question, is what is something you are missing from your energetic field? And if it causes confusion or ghosting, that's not normally from the divine, because your person isn't going to risk losing you, right? I thought about this yesterday because my ex has done things to like hurt me physically. And it's like my divine partner because I've had a very oppressive like male energy on me since I was a little girl. They get very mad when people actually hurt me. So this is realizing like my divine partner is going to be someone that is not going to want to hurt me or cause confusion or lose me in any way. So if it's causing pain, confusion, hurt, it's not from the divine, right? I do, like, so pregnancy readings are a little bit more challenging. I do pregnancy readings. If you drop a number 1 through 5, Moscow, we'll answer. Okay, so Earth, for yours, what is something you are missing from your energetic field? It's the deep knowing. You know what you need and what you want. And what's going on with this person is like, you know that they're playing games with you, so it's time to start moving. You know, like time is nigh. So don't keep waiting, right? Abina, love, please do not please do not spam my chat and drop a number 1 through 5. Moscow, you're next, so please bear with me, okay? And sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but I'm just saying it as close as it can come to me. Abina, if you're wanting an answer, drop a number 1 through 5, okay? And trust me, you don't want to marry every baby daddy. Sometimes it's better that you don't. Just speaking from personal experience. And I've had baby daddies completely ruin my life because I have 2, and they both pulled the same playbook, and I'm like, ooh. Like when my ex-husband did it, I was like, you're not even original. My son's dad did this to me, like with the same named woman. Like, if you thought you were going to make me cry, you just look dumb as fuck. And maybe that's why people hate me, because they try to hurt my feelings, and I just tell them more or less, like, you're stupid. Like, you don't know how to hurt a fly, like, let alone me. If you think I'm going to cry over some stupid man choosing an air mattress, Ashley, you're wrong, right? Because I know that he's downgrading. Okay, Moscow. In what ways can you release the emotional weight that no longer serves your growth? So it looks, as far as if you're wanting to bring in a baby, it's are you filling your emotional cup? And I'm asking you to fill yours, not anyone else's. And Temperance is Sagittarius energy, but it's wounded healers. Very much like having patience and balance and realizing that sometimes life is painful, but sometimes life is like happy and healing. So realizing the balance is filling your cup before you're filling others. So if you're wanting a baby, make sure that you are emotionally satisfied in your life, in your partnership, in everything like that one. Okay. Ginger, drop a number 1 through 5. We're not asking about people. We're asking about what you need to know in your life through tarot guidance, through ancestral guidance, right? So, and like I said, Moscow, if you're wanting the baby, and I help with babies, right? But that's coming and sitting and working with me one-on-one, paying for my time. We help with the baby aspect, and we help with the emotional aspects of healing, like the generational family line, so that you can bring in a baby and it's a healthy thing for both of you and everybody involved. Okay? Hello. If you guys are coming in, drop a number 1 through 5. I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. We're doing tarot readings, right? And we answer based on the number that it comes up with. So, hello. How are you, Music Man? I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. Okay. Thank you, good sir, for following along. And Ash, little love, drop a number 1 through 5. And as far as someone calling you, like, go do something else. Hello. All right. What you doing? I'm trying to get some tips and some revenue and some people, right? Like, I'm broke as hell and I'm about to be evicted and I have 7 animals and I have nowhere to go. So I'm here, connecting and trying to get some things going. All right. As far as does Shane want to reach out to you, drop a number 1 through 5. We're doing things. Yeah. It's I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. So I've stopped. I'll stop, like, trying. Okay, Music Man, what's something you need to know, even if it's going to hurt your feelings? Ace of Swords, you have to cut people off, right? You have to make... So, Music Man, this is making very, like, head over heart decisions. Like, if it's hurting you, I need you to be so decisive. And this feels like it's around family, potentially, or friends. It's like people wanting the homie hookup, but I need you, and I don't know why it comes out like that. But with Ace of Swords and homie hookup, you need to realize, like, no, you worked really hard for what it is that you want. So when people are trying to ask you to compromise, because it also feels like compromising your moral standards or your compass, I need you to be, like, so decisive on that. So there's things coming up around boundaries. Music Man, there's things coming up around, like, being very, like, no, cut that off. Because you've worked really freaking hard, and people are going to want to get you in that, like, guilt, shame trap. And I need you to really be, like, decisive. Be like, no, I saw how they treated me when I was at my lowest. So when you get back up, I need you to recognize. Okay, so this is just reinforcing you are on the path, but you're on the right path and being so decisive. And guys, when I talk about swords energy, I am a queen of swords, like through and through, very heavy. So when I talk about, like, making those hard, because people will be like, you're so cold and heartless. Did you ever really love me? I'm like, I loved you for decades. But once I finally had to make that head over heart, like, you were doing me dirty, you don't exist to me. So Ace of Swords is saying, like, you can love someone. Like, I did with my mama. I was no contact with my mama for a year before she passed away. And I know people are like, well, you only get one mom. No, you do not understand what said mom did to me. This was for everyone's safety and well-being that I used my head and cut her off. So, yeah, and I always tell people, Music Man, if it disturbs your peace, it's too expensive, right? Like, you know, like, they didn't, in this part, they didn't care about how they hurt you or what they did to you. They only care that you had a problem with it. So, this is the part. Be like, if it disturbs your peace, it's too expensive, period. You've got things to do, and I feel like you do have a big path. Like, I know your name's Music Man, but I do feel like you are meant to help, like, bring healing sound and integration to the earth, and you can't do that with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, because they're going to get mad because you were the one that did it. Not because they don't, like, depend on your contribution, but they just are mad that you were the one that did it. Yeah? So not to be ugly about it, but you just got to realize, like, sometimes people are not happy because it's you, and that's not your problem. People not liking you or your vision, that's not your problem. That's theirs. Okay? Ash, for deck 4. And then Sue, please drop a number 1 through 5, and we'll see what you need to know. We are not answering specific questions, Ash. We are answering whatever questions associated with the tarot. If you're asking if someone's contacting you, you need to go do something better with your time. Like, you cannot sit around and, like, this is me trying to be an elder figure, like a motherly figure, and be like, if you're waiting for them to contact you, you need to go do something else, because you could be waiting for another 15 years, because I promise you, those people, they move on, they never even think about you again. Right? But Ash, where in your life are you overgiving? Yeah. It's like I have the life scars and experience to back what I say. Okay, door to personal healing and happiness. Ash, you're waiting for someone else to heal you, but you need to heal you. You can't wait for that person to contact you to feel whole. You have to validate yourself. And that's the other part, guys. You have to be so strong in your conviction that you validate yourself when no one else does. If you can't do that, you're going to fold every time. Like, if you need somebody to tell you, like, oh, your hair looks good or you look pretty today, you may be waiting for a long time, because people will see that you need validation and intentionally not give it to you. So, door to personal healing, like, Ash, you're progressing your own healing by waiting for so-and-so to call you. You can be mad at me all you want, or you can realize what the score is and start moving. Okay? Hello. Hey, Tangerine Lover. Yeah. Yeah, no, and I get so tired of people coming and being like, when's so-and-so going to contact me? Well, the more you think about it, the more you fret. Like, it's chasing it away, because that energy, like, I always tell people, I'm like, I do not chase men, I do not chase my kids, and I do not chase dogs. Because A, they think it's a game, or B, they're running because they're scared. They're always going to be ahead of you. So if you just stop it will come, what's meant for you will come back to you naturally. And if it doesn't come back, it wasn't meant for you. And if it wasn't meant for you and you spent all that time chasing, all you did was waste your own energy, right? We can chase and chase and chase, but we're never going to reach the goal. And when we, and then we're exhausted. So why expend all that energy? You could have just sat down and waited for what was for you, right? Hello. IS, drop a number 1 through 5. If you want to do a personal reading, that's booked one-on-one, and that we unpack so much information. It's very informative. It helps move things really quickly. But if you want to drop a number 1 through 5, I am offering free-ish guidance, right? Your guidance, I don't say free because it's reciprocity. Wanting answers is like, how are we sewing? How are we communicating? How are we chit-chatting and growing and all of that jazz? Let's see, what else is a philosophy I was going to drop on you? Because there was one that was like, ooh, apparently it wasn't. Yeah. We'll do one. Okay. This is what I was going to say. I always tell people, do your shadow work before you do spell work, right? Because if it's an ego problem, don't go bothering the ancestral realm or purchasing things. Like, people want to be like, oh, I'm going to hex a mother. I'm like, no, sit down and do your shadow work so you don't keep getting in this situation, right? And when people say, oh, that person's doing spell work on me, I'm like, sit down and do your shadow work so that that spell work that they send you doesn't have anything to bind to, right? We get curses because we're doing behavior that those curses can bind to. People want to say like, oh, I'm miserable. Well, yeah, because you keep perpetuating that thing that's keeping you in misery. When you start putting your shadows down, you start doing your own healing, that shit doesn't have anything to bind to. Like, I speak from personal. My family, we all have family demons. We all have demons that we work with, right? But my family tried to send me Asmodeus, which is a lust demon, right? And when Asmodeus came to knock on my door, like, Asmodeus and I, we communicate. We have he's regularly sent to me by my family on a dummy mission. He gets mad doing it because he's like, I'm here to, tell you that they're at it again. I'm like, I know, Asmo. I'm sad that you have to come see me. But it's a lust demon. But because I've been celibate for 5 years, that lust demon, or not 5 years. I don't know why I said 5 years. I've been celibate for almost 2 years. I don't know where 5 came from, but I need to look at that. But since I've been celibate for almost 2 years, when Asmodeus knocks on my door, he's like, oh, I have nothing to eat, to feast off of. So when you clean up your side of the road, you clean up your habits and not worry about anybody else, the things that they send to you or the projections have nothing to bind to, right? And then they look down, and then that entity goes back to them like, hey, you still owe me. And I'm going to tell you guys, stiffing your spiritual realm, stiffing a demon is not a good move. I speak from, I've seen people do it, and I'm like, oh, you're going to be torn, you're going to be thrown every which way but loose, right? Okay, so, eyes, right? Am I in alignment with what I want? And you got the Love Oracle deck. So are you in alignment with what you want? Playfulness. It's time to get it back out and play. Be silly. Be funny. Again, with yourself, with your partner. Okay? So laughter is the best fit therapy. Have some fun together. Remember, love is the greatest healer. So your advice for alignment is get playful again. I'm seeing some silly faces, some weird breathing, some just being goofy. So please get out and be playful again. Touch grass, put your sun up to the face, but get out with your partner and be playful. I also like to give, okay guys, if you want a spiritual field trip that is fun and it's competitive and it's free, and you're already sad and you're looking down at the ground, go look for pine cones, right? I make that a challenge, and with people, I'm like, hey, if you want to have a family game that's free, that gives you activity, but it's fun, it's competitive, have a pine cone hunt. Go out with the people you love and see, ooh, who can find the best pine cone? It sounds silly, but it's a free way to get you out in nature, moving your body, an activity that you can do with people you love. And it is that whole, who has the best pine cone? Why do I say pine cones? Because it's already on the ground. If you're already sad and you're looking at the ground, you might as well have something to look for, right? But it's also, the pine cone is the pineal gland. That's why the pine cone image is all over religious scripture and text. It's the pine cone. That is our intuition. That is our seat of knowing. And the pine cone and the pineal gland only open for fertilization, for implantation, when the environment is right. So when your mind is open and right, you will have that abundant life flow and growth. So get out and play. Have fun today. Okay? Touch grass, look for pine cones. Sounds silly, but I do have pine cone challenges with my clients. I'm like, hey, show me your pine cones. Go out and find the best pine cone. Go have the challenge with your kids or your friends or your loved ones. Like, not a Pokemon Go, it's a pine cone challenge, right? And it's also because it's a pine cone, you're not destroying the earth by looking for it or finding it. You're actually helping spread knowledge and love, okay? I am a huge nerd, tree lover. Don't come for me. I don't really fucking care. I'm here to help everybody grow. All right, guys. Drop a number 1 through 5. Let's see what we need to know. I'm Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover. We're just answering questions today. If you like my vibe and you want to come book with me, DM me. Book a reading. It'll change your life in real life, right? And if you can't, consider tipping. Tip your favorite tarot reader. We help keep everybody lubricated and libated in this life, kind of like your spiritual bartender, right? And then also on my Etsy, I have Mystic Mess by Salty Seer. On my Etsy, I have ebooks and workbooks so you can work through your shadow work. You can work through chakras. You can work through all of these things to help you live the most beautiful life. All right, so hello. If you're coming in, drop a number 1 through 5. I'm Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover. Yeah, hello. I just got really quiet in my life and outside. Which means there's something big about to happen, something loud. Hello. If you guys are coming in, drop a number 1 through 5. Let me see what you need to know. So living in the Appalachia is quite an experience, and what I've noticed is when things get real quiet, stopping to listen. That can save your life out here, actually. If you get real quiet when the world gets real quiet in Appalachia, because it's always loud, there's something big. Okay. Tanika, love. Let's see what you need to know. And Sue, are you still in, baby? And did I read for you? I don't know if you gave me a number. Tanika, deck 4, where in your life are you over giving? Let's see what we need to know. I'm Lara Joe. Okay, Magician in the Mirror. You're feeding too much currently into illusions. So realizing okay, so Wizard of Oz vibes. It feels like your life has almost been pulled by the invisible man behind the curtain, but it's recognizing, okay, this is smoke and mirrors, and they're truly not powerful. That's the part. If people try to control you, that is the lowest form of that's bottom tier. People trying to control you, but somebody trying to be the magician in your life, they have no real power. They have to sit behind and create illusions and gather people, and that's truly showing how weak sauce they really are. So knowing that, yes, there's illusion going on, but that person's not truly, they ain't shit. So please dust off your crown. Keep going. You can be mad. You can cuss at the universe, but please know that they have no true power. You're going to keep going because you have a bigger path. So see through the optical illusions. And I'm going to say the word veil, but please know veil is also, it's like an anagram, right? So veil is live. It's live. It also comes out to evil and to vile. So veil has multiple reasonings and meanings, but being able to decide, okay, is this live? Is this is this living, or is this something more sinister? And realizing we don't feed into fear. First off, people hiding their hands after throwing rocks, we don't give into that, because again, they're not truly powerful. Right? And all of that will be seen. And the other part, when people throw mud at you, they're the ones with mud on their hands. If you don't return fire, if you don't return their antics, then it's very clearly obvious to see like who was the aggressor and who was the one that was not doing anything. So keep your hands clean, let your ancestors handle it. Know that there is someone that is trying to create deception and trickery, but that will be handled. You just got to see it for what it is and keep moving, because once you observe it, it stops holding power and it starts changing. Once you observe, like I've noticed this with people, and like once I've observed like, oh, they're just dumb little kids behind the scenes pulling strings, like they have no true power, and they'll be seen, they'll be spanked, but I don't have to be a part of it. Sometimes you do also have to tell your ancestors, like, please handle my light work. Like there's something, and that's the other, if I turn shit over to my ancestors, people are so cooked because it takes me so long to turn over to the ancestors. But once I do, like they should have apologized, because my ancestors have no mercy, because I'll be like, you know what, whatever, they're human, I'm not going to worry about it. My ancestors say, oh no, sit down, baby, like cover your ears because we're going to handle it. So realizing whoever this is, they have no true power. Give it over to your spiritual team. If you need help talking about that or asking out how to turn it over to your spiritual team, we can do that. That's a one-on-one. But realizing they have no true power. So they're lame sauce. Like I'm getting like such icky, like they're just children. Like they give me the impression, I normally try not to tap like this, but they give me that impression of like, they didn't get their nap time, so now they're going to make everybody feel the pain. It's like, be so fucking for real. Like, I feel like you have very much had to be the adult, even with the adults in the room, like the older people, and realizing, like, you're acting like a 5-year-old. I don't have time for this. I've got bigger things to be doing. And sometimes you really do have to tell people, even if it's just energetically, like, I'm getting off this ride. I've had to tell adults that, like people that were like 65 years. I was like having to be the more adult. I was like, this is crazy making. I go, and this is childish. I'm going to be the adult and get off this ride because clearly you were unable to. So sometimes you really do, either in the real reality or in the energetic, be like, you know what? No, this is child's play. I don't have time for this. I'm removing myself. It's not comfortable, and yeah, it's like we want somebody else to be responsible for their own actions, but realizing like, okay, we have to do the right thing. Tree lit full, please drop a number 1 through 5, little baby, and we'll see what you need to know. Right? Intuitively give me the number you feel called to, and we'll see what that deck calls for you. Okay? Beautiful. Wish I should have kept the deck out, but it works that way. Sometimes it doesn't. All right? Yeah. And guys, if you like my vibe, please consider coming and working with me. We change in real life, and it's hard to get in depth here because it's, like I'm not, and it's not just one community. I run multiple communities, right? And I have people, so it's like, if you want to work with me in real life, like come sit and work with me and we get deeper. So tree lightful, and you're making me want to go out and touch some trees today. I think I need to go out and talk to Gregory and Ellen is what that's making me feel like. Where in my life am I overgiving? So tree lightful, where in your life are you overgiving? Goddess of the moon. Oh. This is almost reaching for like the things you can't see. Like the goddess of the moon, it's like, that there are things you can't see, and I'm guilty of it, right? Feeling like there are things I can't see, I want to know, but then it's also realizing all will be revealed, right? Think of the moon and the cycles and the phases. There's phases. Like obviously it's hard to see when there's a new moon because it's dark. But then when it's full moon, there's illusions. So where are you overgiving right now? It's like trying to figure out what's hidden too deep right now, but realizing that in its right cycle, it will be illuminated. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense and brings guidance. Kirsty, my love, drop a number 1 through 5. We'll see what you need to know. Feels like it's energetically about time for me to go, though, pretty soon. So, tree lightful, does that make sense? And here's the part, like, tarot is meant to help you feel empowered, not scared, right? You come to a tarot reader not to feel scared, but to get the information, because knowledge is power. And when we inform ourselves, we have a better tool in our toolbox. So a lot of mine is giving life experience to be like, hey, here's how to navigate and manage through it. You don't have to listen to it, but if you want success, you know, like, this is the way. Sometimes it's painful because I have to tell people, like, no, you got to cut them off. You got to cut that off. And people be like, I don't want to do that, or this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, yes, but sometimes you have to realize, like, people in your life really are a cancer. Like, they are there just to eat your soul and make you sick. So you have to cut them off. Just like if you were to have cancer surgery, right? You have to cut it out. And sometimes, yes, you lose some healthy tissue, but it's also like sometimes you have to make that little sacrifice to have a better life and have an outcome, right? Meet me, my love. Drop a number 1 through 4. And for deck 4, where in your life are you over giving, storm warning, and walking away? It's time to move your feet. This is saying, like, it's time to get your ass in gear. Whatever user you've got going on, this is like, let's go. And I'm not from the South. I'm not used to tornadoes. But I will tell you, when we hear those warnings go off, like, we'll hear the siren, you got to know it's time to go, right? So walking away and storm warning, whatever you've got going on, user 4, where in your life are you overgiving? You've been staying too long to try and help other people, but you need to get moving, because if you don't, you could be in a world full of trouble, babes. Okay? Hello. If you guys are coming in, drop number 1 through 5. Let's see what you need to know. It might be about time for me to go, because energetically, I'm getting a storm warning. A very big one for myself. So, guys, if you give like another, I'm going to wait another 3 minutes, and then I'm out. So if you're wanting answers, please drop a number 1 through 5. Otherwise, I'm hopping out, because there is something telling me it's time to go real soon. And I've learned to listen to that, right? Yeah, but here's the part. If it's you or them, choose you, right? I've had to make that hard decision, right? If it's me or them, I've had to choose me. And even with other moms, I'm like, if you put me in a position where I have to make a choice of my safety or your safety, I'm choosing my safety. And mom to mom, if I have to choose between my children's safety and your children's safety, I'm choosing my kids' safety, right? So realizing you have to start putting yourself first, because you've got things that you've got to accomplish, and you've got people that depend on you. And you sacrificing for your ex because you're like, oh, it's hard getting over my ex. Well, baby, when your ex did those things to you, they didn't think twice, right? So that part, I need you to not think twice when you choose you. Because I don't know, but it feels like they've done some pretty horrible things to you, and they did not even like lose any sleep at night. And I need you to realize, like, no, you're worth more than that. Right? People that love you won't want to intentionally hurt you or put you in pain. And if they do feel that that's their right because they love you, that's not love, and you need to get away. That's abuse, right? Hello. If you guys are coming in, please drop a number 1 through 5. I might come back and stream like later, but for a little while I need to hop out. I am feeling like there's some energetic, like I've got my own things that I need to be taking care of right now, so. All right, guys, I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. I'm going to do my closing spiel. If you'd like to tip or you want to book, Cash App. Like, if you want to book, Cash App, DM me, but it's Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. Over on my Etsy, I have my services for booking on my Etsy. It's Mystic Mess by Salty Seer. And I have ebooks, workbooks, everything over there to help you progress through your healing journey. Okay, so I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. I hope you have a beautiful day. I will catch you later. Thank you so much for coming to join me.